Hi everyone, on today's Startup Den, we have expert Alex Feldman of Crowds Unite doing a makeover for Alfred Pena, who has an exciting idea for which he's raising money. Hi guys, welcome to the Startup Den.
Sure,
Hi,
thank you.
So Alex, what's crowdfunding?
Well, crowdfunding is a very basic idea. It's just raising small amount of money from a large pool of people.
Alfred, tell us a little bit about your project. So what are you raising money for?
Well, Rhythmology is a social dance network, and as part of our products, we teach dance instruction. What we wanted to do is to create a platform to be able to teach virtually. So literally, we're trying to raise $15,000 to raise funds to create a virtual salsa classroom.
That sounds exciting. I think I'm going to use it. So Alex, over to you. What crowdfunding platform do you recommend? Now, I do want to step back and let everybody know that Alex actually did a contest. He did a makeover contest, and Alfred was a winner. So, Alfred, congratulations to you for having won this wonderful free contest makeover from Alex. All right, Alex, over to you.
All right, well, after Alfred won the competition, I talked to him to find out more about his company, and he's actually a really good match for reward-based crowdfunding. He has a really good crowd of people. He has over 3,000 Facebook likes. He has 2,000 Twitter followers. He has people coming to the studios. He's really active in the local communities. He knows the salsa base. So he has a really good crowd of people that he knows, that he can tap into it and ask money for this new great idea. Not only that, he can reward people based on what he's raising money for. So it's a good pre-sale as well. So taking all these parts about, I think reward-based crowdfunding is the way to go versus equity or debt-based. Not only will he get money for his project, he'll get a way to validate the idea that people really want this product. He'll get marketing for it. Hopefully people will post on the social media, maybe some newspapers will pick it up. And he'll also have customers, which can use the studio in the future, long-term customers for his business. And they can actually give him feedback early on while he's building these salsa videos. So it's not just the money that he's getting a lot of other benefits. From all the reward-based websites that I looked at, the best one that I think is suited for him is Kickstarter. Let me just open up my the report that I did for him, and I can just quickly go over through why I think Kickstarter is the best one. Let me see.
Alex, while you're opening up the report, how many platforms are out there?
There's over 800 crowdfunding platforms globally, but they include donations, rewards, equity, and debt. So I looked over a dozen of reward-based websites, which are the most popular ones, and Kickstarter is I think the best suited for him. I mean, it's been in use a lot. It has the biggest crowdfunding reward last year of $10 million for a Pebble Watch.
10 million? Did you say that someone raised 10 million? Oh, wow.
Yes, that's the largest reward-based campaign so far. It has over 1 million people visiting it every single month. So he has a really good community. So he can actually tap people who he doesn't really know. And that's the biggest value that these platforms can bring to him. Usually campaigns on Kickstarter raise a little more and have a higher chance of success than other platforms. The things that are, I guess, on the downside of Kickstarter, it's all or nothing. So he needs to raise the full $15,000, or he doesn't get anything. And also, they curate the project. So he has they don't accept between 25 to 50% of the project that they don't accept. So if he So it's a little harder. They're a little picky because they want actually like creative projects on their sites. So if he doesn't get into it, I go in the report alternative sites like Rocket Hub, Indiegogo. I like Rocket Hub a little bit more. It has better user reviews, but it's a little smaller than Indiegogo, but people seem to like it more. And they actually got in touch with people in Rocket Hub, and they told me if Alfred goes with them, they can help him feature his project on their website and the blog, and they can help promote the project.
Oh, that's great.
So let me just quickly go over the rest of the reports on the platforms. I'm not going to go into too much details because of the time, but I mentioned some niche sites like Small Knot for local-based crowdfunding and Bolsa for royalty crowdfunding. if he doesn't want to pay the fees for crowdfunding platforms, which is Kickstarter charges 5%, he can do it himself using his own website. So I include a couple tools for that. And besides that, I include debt and equity-based platforms as well. But I don't want to go into too much detail on that because I talked to Alfred, and he wants to go the reward-based initially because he's going to keep 100% ownership of this company, and he doesn't have to pay any interest on the money that he gets.
Now, before I ask Alfred for his thoughts, Alex, this report looks really cool. Is this a report you did just for Alfred, or is this a report others can purchase from you as well for their companies or their projects?
No, this one I particularly customized just for Alfred based on the information.
Okay, but if there was someone out there who said, you know what, I have a project, I want to do some crowdfunding, how could they access you?
Well, yeah, I mean, people have been emailing and calling me the last couple of months since I launched the website, and they were asking me for advice. So usually I give advice for free, and I love to talk to businesses, and I encourage them to call me, email me. My contact information is on my website. But if you want me to get actually personally involved with them to help them maybe introduce them to platforms or analyze their information, I recently launched this consulting service where I build this customized crowdfunding report for them. So Alfred is actually the first one, my customer, since he won the contest, and I'll be publishing this report for free on our website. But if anybody else out there wants me to personally get involved with their small business or help them with a project, then they can find my the consulting service on the website as well.
All right, that sounds good. Alfred, this is a very neat report. Alex has provided you some great insights between Kickstarter, where your project could or could not get accepted. You get 5%, but they've got a lot of great traffic versus Indiegogo. So what are your thoughts? Kind of talk to us about which way do you want to proceed?
Oh my God, this is so much great information, and just gave us a lot of benchmarks, getting 30% of the money pledged from our local networks and getting into this. We've been doing this business, and one of our models is do it big, do it right, and do it with style. So I think we're going to go with his suggestion of Kickstarter, all or nothing, go all the way. The benefits of the marketing and branding and even market research to figure out where the next location could be at. If there's a huge online following from California, well, perhaps our next location will be in California. So I'm super excited about going head on with this, and with his help with video production, introduction to all the networks. I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Alex, for this report and for advice.
So Kickstarter is the way you want to go. Alex, what are next steps? How does Alfred get started with Kickstarter?
Well, it's very important to do your homework before you launch the campaign. Traditionally, over 50% of crowdfunding campaigns fail, and they don't reach their goal. So it's very important to do your homework. One thing is, first, create a nice video to give you a personal story about yourself, why you need the money, and about the idea. Usually, people with campaigns with video raise twice as much money than the ones which don't have it. I talked to Alfred, and he doesn't have a video to sell the service. And actually, I got in touch with a couple of video producers here in New York City, and I mentioned in the report, and if Alfred goes with them, they can give you 5% off their service as well.
Cool.
And so that's number one. Get a nice video, so, to personalize the experience.
How long should the video be?
I mean, usually it doesn't need to be too long, between 1 and 3 minutes, just to kind of basically explain. It's similar to like a pitch video. You're selling yourself out there, so you want to be a spokesman, saying who you are. Since Alfred is he's a salsa professional, he actually won a lot of contests. So that's something that he needs to mention, saying, hey, I am actually a salsa professional. I represented different categories, and he won #1 places in multiple areas. He has his own salsa dance group as well. So he needs to kind of sell himself, justify who he is, to validate that he can do it and build it, And then why does he need the money, and what's unique about him versus other people who want to do the same thing. And that's that's very important, the video. Second thing I tell him is make sure you raise at least 30% of the money before the campaign starts. campaigns that raise 30% have a 90% chance of reaching the full amount. So,
Oh, wow.
so it's very important that he reaches to his local community and he gets pledges of at least $5,000, and then those
Okay.
pledges come in the first couple days of the campaign. So the first day or two, if you can get the $5,000 in, it can bring momentum and help him with reaching the full goal. So
That's clever.
that's why it's really important to tap the community, and build it and build the momentum. Maybe, market as well. Maybe talk to local newspapers or journalists. I have also a couple connections with marketing firms that specialize in crowdfunding that, I can connect them as well so that they can help promote his business out there as well. So that's really important, especially in the early stages of the campaign.
Okay. What other items? So he's got the video, he's pre-sold, he's got his 5,000 ready to go. What does he do next?
Well, I mean, like I said, first he needs to build everything up. I mean, launching the campaign will take a day. I mean, it's not complicated. Once he goes to Kickstarter, he can launch it, and then they'll let him know if he get in or not. But he needs to get, like I said, the video. He needs to get tap into the local communities. He needs to create a little description about the project that he wants to do, and he needs to build the rewards. That's also very important. Is there rewards that he's going to be offering to the people?
So I'm going to stop you there for a quick sec, Alex. Alfred, do you have your rewards identified yet? So if I was to contribute to your 15,000 campaign, what rewards would I get?
We have some awesome ideas, I think, as far as that's concerned. One, of course, you'll be allowed into the platform itself. So now by contributing into its creation, you will be able to use it and perhaps give you like a lifetime upgrades as well included in it for being part of its initial process. Two, or perhaps a personal private lesson with myself. And lastly, my partner and I are the U.S. Bachata champion, world salsa finalists, so perhaps a private performance to any event that you like.
Oh, I like that one. I like that a lot.
Like so we'll fly ourselves to wherever you are in the country or perhaps in the world. So let's get this salsa going worldwide, and it'll be a pleasure to. So those are some of the three main ideas. There's also between, but.
All right. Good. So Alex looks like Alfred's on the ball with respect to the rewards, and I like his rewards. So
I like him too. Yeah. I mean, it's really. I think it's really a good thing that. And the things with the rewards, I mean, you want to be creative with them. Make them unique, one of a kind. That only you can do it. So he's saying, doing a dance show for backing. I mean, that's really nice, I think, that because only he can do it. Other people can't really offer the same kind of service.
Exactly.
And especially make it scarce. Don't offer. Scarcity creates value. So make the biggest rewards. Offer only one or two of them. And then maybe you can pledge a lot more with them.
Got it. So it sounds like it's relatively straightforward to get going. How long do you think it'll take for Alfred to raise the 15 grand? Is it 30 days? Is it 45 days? Talk to us about timelines.
I believe Kickstarter has like a 30 days or 60 days guidelines. You can't do above 60. On some research that I've read, they actually said that 30 days is better than 60 days. The campaigns at 30 days raise more money because it feels like 60 days it's a little too long. So potentially, I think I recommend doing 30-day campaigns. But the thing is, he should spend like a month doing some homework beforehand, and then maybe spend a month before, launch it, and then 30 days, and then hopefully if everything goes well, I mean, I don't see why he won't be able to reach the $15,000.
Okay, so it's day 30, 15 grand's been collected. What happens next? How does Kickstarter actually send money to Alfred? Well,
I mean, they just keep it in escrow, and then once the campaign finishes, and once they reach the full amount, then he'll get the full amount money. He gets a list of all his backers, and it's really important to keep your backers engaged. I mean, during their campaign, you want to keep communicating with them about the progress, and even afterwards, you want to keep them engaged with the whole progress. And where I read a lot of them Kickstarter campaigns actually get they don't meet their deadlines, and I think as long as you keep your backers engaged and you communicate with them, most of them are fine with it. That's one that they anticipate that you maybe some things won't go right or as planned, and you might be delayed, But it's more. But the most important thing is keep your engagement with them and communicate. If there's any things that's not going as planned and you might get delayed, just explain to them, and most of the time they'll understand.
Great, great. Well, I want to thank you both, Alex and Alfred, for being part of our Startup Den crowdfunding segment today. Alex's report will be available on the startupden.com blog. Alfred, we're going to keep our eyes out for you. We're going to look on Kickstarter for your campaign, and we wish you the very best. Thanks for watching the Startup Den.